Shanti, good evening to you, or maybe. Thank you for joining us for this first in a series of BK Chit Chats. One of the things that Lady Janki used to always emphasize is that we have to prepare our mind for special occasions. If we want to gain the most from a particularly holy time, day, then we actually have to give ourselves time, structure, input in the lead up to that event in order to make the most of that event. I'm sure that all of us will benefit from 18th January anyway, simply because of the waves of blessings that Baba sends down to us. But with preparation, we can gain even more from that day. Baba and Daddy, over the years, began to talk more about the month of angels rather than just the day of 18th January. And Baba began to speak about how there are bonus blessings in this month of January. We can gain more in that month than we can in other months. Janki went even further. She began to say that we can make 12 months progress in the 1 month of January. Such are the bonus blessings available. For that reason, we like to try and prepare ourselves. As you know, we've just completed 1 year of the early Amrit Vedas. Some of you attend those or have attended some of those. Make each other accurate, don't we? One person is doing it, other people get enthused to do it, and then because they're doing it, you keep doing it like that. So, each other good company. And that started off as preparation for 18th January, and it's kept us going the year. Now we're thinking again of this next January, and together with the Amrit Velas, we also want to spend some time thinking about them. In a little while, Ranjan Ben will join us and we'll hear some extracts from a book that we were given as a gift for 18th January, maybe 30 years ago now, maybe slightly longer than that. You might know the book, The Specialities of Brahma Baba. So we'll spend some time listening to that and thinking on that. But before we do that, I wonder if anyone wanted to ask anything or say anything. If someone wants to speak, you can just unmute yourself and speak.
Om Shanti.
Good evening, Sister Carmen. How are you?
Well, better. I'm good, but I've been thinking about this evening all day long. I'm so excited to be here. I've been here since 10 to 6 and I wondered, hello, anyone else there? So I'm happy to be here, so happy. I can't wait to start. I'm looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you for your enthusiasm and very well done for your year of tapasya. whatever the health challenges, you've been there.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Mm.
Did you want to share any reflections of your thoughts towards 18th January and this month of January, or indeed, your experiences with the benefits of early Amrit Vela, slightly longer duration of sitting with Baba at that time? What
Well,
benefits have you experienced this year?
I've been a soul that gets visions, but I did not always understand them. Only this year, coming up to December month, that when I read the Merlis, I understood what I saw. And that diamond, those wings that I saw initially, that opened up and took me in, put me to sleep, and woke me up, and I went into the diamond. I would call it a cave full of diamonds. And I only understood it now what it was. I couldn't believe because I used to doubt myself, but I thought I'm not sharing with anyone because they wouldn't understand and they'd call me crazy like they always did. But I'm so happy to be Baba's child. I love my part. I love my role. I went to Madibon and I had such a wonderful time. Wonderful. And Baba said, when Baba says in the early, those who've only just arrived, I open my arms and I say, yes, Baba, I am here. I am here. Yes. I don't really want to share much because I'll take too long. But it's been a wonderful experience, and I appreciate you, brother. I go to sleep every night about 10 o'clock, and at 2 o'clock, 2:15, I'm up, ready and waiting, always ready and waiting. Looking forward to your transcripts of the Merlis and how it is that you understand so much like this. So I'm right behind you, brother. I'm right behind you. And thank you for everything. I must say that. Thank you. Shanti.
Thank you. Shanti, you're most welcome. As I say, the thing is that when we serve others, we serve ourselves. And because all of you are getting up and being there, I must get up and be there. So it makes me accurate as well. It happened as well when we were having Morley and at our place as well. One of the brothers had to get to work for 7:30, so he had asked for Morley to start at 5:30 in the morning. So it makes you accurate. This is how things have been. So
Yes,
it's good. It's good for us to do these things. Do things with perseverance,
yes,
consistency.
yes.
These are the things that really um,
Can't hear you.
and really pleased that you're part of them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to share anything or ask anything? So one thing that I'll just share before I hand over to Ren to read some things to stimulate your thoughts as well is that I think I've been appreciating more the emphasis that Baba gives us surrounding the Karmatit stage. And really interesting, isn't it, to think about the Karmatit stage because it's such a unique concept. As far as I know, this word doesn't exist on the path of Bhakti. As we're being asked to think about it each day, there seems to be multiple layers to that concept. Soul. And there we're above karma completely. So that stage of original silence is the karmatic stage. And as we know, in order to gain admittance to the soul world, we must be completely pure, we must be crystal clear. So that's one karmatic stage. And then Baba's been talking to us about the karmatic stage even while we're in the body. Different problems that come, different vibrations, different sanskars. What used to disturb us no longer disturbs us because we have Baba's treasures. The more we can become, the more we experience that type of karma feedstone while we're in the body. And then we think about Brahma Baba, the angels, karma feedstone. Something I have shared with you all before, that back in 1995, Lady Genki had come to give a class at our house for the first time. That, oh, you can't hear me very well? Is that, let me move this a little closer so you can help with that. Sound a bit better? So hopefully that's a bit clearer now.
Yes, yes, it is, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. So back in 95 when Lady Genki had come, I had asked her that how come Mama became
Still breaking up.
still breaking
Mm.
up? Okay. If I can adjust something. Sound a bit better? A bit clearer for everyone?
Yes, brother. Yes, it's a lot clearer.
Okay, good. So we'll try and persevere.
Mhm.
So I'd asked Lady Genki, how come Mama reached her karma stage? Brahma Baba did. And she gave the answer that there's only one soul who became karmati, avyak, and a complete angel. So she was saying to her that Mama, of course, reached her karmati stage, but karmati, avyak, and a complete angel.
Wow.
Seems to be that there are some levels even beyond the karma. She commented was that the way in which Brahma Baba could come into Daddy Gozar's body with Shiv Baba and come and go. She said Mama wouldn't be able to do that. Now, if she was here now, I would ask her why. Unfortunately, I didn't ask her why at that time. So we will have to think on that. But the conclusion I've come to through my own thinking later on is that Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba are the fathers. And there's something about that which enables them to have a different type of karmatic stage to the both Shiv Baba is forever karmathi, and is that he never comes into birth and rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different type of karmathi. And it's remarkable how Brahma Baba has these decades where he also doesn't take rebirth. There's,
Mm.
there's no other soul. His father, no day, like no one. So it really is a remarkable karmatic stage. And there's an interesting story in Muslim traditions because they tend to show Adam as an angel rather than
Human.
down here. They show him as the angel Adam, the one who's next to Allah. And they show that Allah gave him an order to be born human, and he refused to go. He said he doesn't want to get born down here as he, and they had to send the angels, the fairies, to come and sing the Song of David, to invoke. It was the melody of David, this that invoked Adam to be born into a human form. And I was thinking how, when the time comes, why would Brahma Baba even want to come and be Krishna? Because it must be so awkward for him to even have a body, even if it's a pure body. This karmatic stage of that angel Adam, where he is free from the bondage of a body, it must accumulate a certain silence inside of the soul. And one of the topics Baba was taking up today was around this root and
That sounds.
expression, and how you've got Shababa, who's the seed, and he expresses while being in complete silence. With Shababa, even thoughts are gross. It's like his frequency is even beyond thinking. It's just this silence that conveys it. And then you have the angel Adam, who is pure thought. And it's the frequency of pure thoughts that achieves things. So the Roop and the Basant, Baba's karmatic stage is different to Brahma Baba's karmatic stage. Brahma Baba's karmatic stage is different even from Mama's karmatic stage, even from all the other Brahmins' karmatic stage.
Mm.
The other karmatic stage that Baba mentions in the Morali is that first birth of the religious fathers. And he says how they also come into another body like Shiv Baba does to speak their knowledge. They're also teachers. And we're coming up to Christmas next Thursday, and Baba remembers Christ, I think, more than any other because, firstly, it's a very large religion, and Christ is quite significant within the drama because now I could be mistaken here, but as far as I know, up until Christ, goddesses as quite jealous and angry and vengeful. You go through the different countries and civilizations and scriptures, the gods are like squabbling with each other and squabbling with humanity and causing havoc.
Mm.
And then Christ comes. And he talks about a God of love, a God of forgiveness, each in turn the other cheek. Up until him, I don't think that was really taught, certainly in the Middle East and European traditions. Slightly before Christ, Buddha was born into India. And so you've got some of those cultures there as well. But it's about how they, in their first birth, come in a karmatic stage. So they are not born through a womb with their own body. So when Jesus is a bit older, then Christ comes and speaks knowledge through him. So I think it's interesting to think about this karmatic stage. It's different. There's many different layers and levels, I think, to it. Let me hand over to Ranjanvan now, and she can read some points, and then hopefully it will stimulate your thoughts. And if at the end any of you want to come in to share anything or ask anything, please do so.
Om Shanti. Good evening.
Om Shanti.
Very good morning, some of your places. After such a long time. So I'm happy to meet all of you. And this is the specialities of Brahma Baba. And the first one is have faith in the intellect and become a carefree emperor. So you remember that Murli of 15th October 2007, Holy Baba said, give all your burden and become carefree emperor. Why do you keep taking the burden on yourself? And so Brahma Baba, we hear experiences from Brahma Baba, never worried. He was totally carefree, even when there was a beggary part. He always said it's Shiv Baba's responsibility. He's not going to keep his children hungry. He will provide him his food. And so Baba always remained light and carefree and Baba's remembrance. Yeah. So this first one is, so Baba is teaching us, and Baba says we have to follow Brahma Baba, even past few blessings for past 2 days or so, and the object signals are guiding us towards following Baba, Brahma Baba. So this is like, so Brahma Baba is asking us how he did it. He followed Baba's Srimad and guidance, and he did it in a practical way. So Baba says, have faith in the intellect and become a carefree emperor. One, Brahma Baba always had faith in the intellect and therefore maintained the stage of being carefree emperor. He never had any worries about anything. There is worry due to a lack of attainment or when something is missing. So Brahma Baba gave his experience. He's guiding us that you check yourself and fill yourself, be full, because when there is due to the worry comes when you have lack of attainment or when something is missing. Wherever there are all attainments and where there is the almighty authority, there is no question of any worry. So have faith in the intellect as Father Brahma did and become a carefree emperor. And Baba reminds us from time to time that have all the relationships with Shiv Baba. And Shiv Baba always says, you don't use me enough. You take one step of courage and Baba comes running and helps you 1,000-fold. So this is what Brahma Baba did. And that's why Brahma Baba is saying, have the faith and relationships with Baba. Number 2, have faith in the intellect. Instead of taking a winding road or applying a question mark, apply a dot of benefit and constantly remain carefree. So that Murli also Baba guided us 3 points, soul, supreme soul, and Rama. Those 3 points rather than questions, why, what, how. So Baba says, apply a dot of benefit and constantly remain carefree. Have the support and strength of one and become number one in being victorious on this basis. Then you will be able to remain carefree. Number 3, whilst looking after every responsibility and on the basis of faith, always have the awareness that this is Baba's responsibility, not mine. I am just an instrument. Through this, there will not be any type of burden on the intellect, and you will constantly remain unshakable, constant, and cheerful. So there's another, dharana, inculcation. Baba is teaching us that Baba did this in a practical way. And so if you children follow this, we also can become like Baba. Number 4, in any circumstances, you must constantly have powerful thoughts. You should have the faith that Baba is your protector, that is the benefactor. So Baba is protector as well as the benefactor. There cannot be any loss in anything for us. By having such faith in the intellect, you will never have any wasteful thoughts or doubts. Number 5, have full faith in the benefactor Father, in the self, and in the drama. So not only in Baba, but Baba says in the self and in drama, and some Murlis Baba says also in Brahmin family, Brahmin Parivar, in Brahmin family. You must not even have a slightest trace of any doubt in any aspect as to whether something will happen or not happen. Those who have faith in the intellect constantly have the enthusiasm that they have already attained victory. You would hear Dadi saying, Hua pada hai, Hua pada hai. Dadi Chandram, all the Dadis. They say, Hua pada hai, because we were victorious Kalpa ago, because Baba was with us, and so every Kalpa we are victorious.
Huaparahe means it's already destined to happen.
Destined to happen. Like he says, we have already attained victory. Always have the intoxication that victory is your birthright. And it is Janam Sit Adhikar. Victory is your birthright. Then you will be able to remain a carefree emperor. Number 6, faith does not just mean to have the awareness of not being a body, but a soul. So main faith in the soul. And also Baba's titles. What kind of soul? How Baba looks in Baba's vision. We are so high. We are not ordinary. you know, Baba, how much Baba appreciates us, how much he loves us, how much he gives us so much uh, regard and self-respect titles. But it means that at all times you should also experience the self-respect of the type of soul you are. Constantly stay in the self-respect that you are a victorious soul who will pass with honor. 2 days ago, the Murli about who will, you know, how to help, who would get, who will pass at the end with honor. Baba gave all the points. Yeah, I think 2 days ago, wasn't it? Yeah, 2 days ago. So Baba gave few points. So, so Baba says, if you have this faith about being victorious, then you are victorious soul who will pass with honor to please the self, to please Baba, and also the rest of the world is to have faith in the intellect and become victorious. Number 7, on the basis of faith, constantly carry out every task of construction at every step of your life, whilst being an instrument and as well as with namrata and humble. Namrata. But instrument is nimit and namrata. Humble is, you know, there's a sign of the, in 8 powers, there's a sign of the tree bowing down. That's the symbol of that when you are full, when the tree is full, it bows down and people can pick the fruit or whatever. In the same way, you know, not, you know, so we should have no arrogance or criticism or anything like that in us. Just Baba has made me an instrument, and then there should be a balance with it, with humble, being humble. So always remember that to be an instrument and to remain humble is to maintain your self-respect. By having this awareness, you receive regard from everyone. So Baba says, never ask for anything. You don't even have to ask for regard or anything. Baba gives us so much regard by giving us titles and, you know, giving us such lovely murli and everything. So, but people automatically give regard when you have this balance and when you respect each and everyone. On the basis of faith, constantly have the awareness. You first and not I. So you first and not I. Pele up. Means if somebody is progressing, be happy for them. Yes. You know, and then just take inspiration or give them more enthusiasm and cooperation, and not to have jealousy. Just give regard and be happy if somebody is progressing. So this is what Baba means. You first, not I. Or Baba often says in the Murli, I change first. I need to examine, not to. If somebody insults you or anything, be thankful to them because they are pointing out your defect. They are your friends. They care about. So not to, you know, not to be upset. So you first, not I. To keep others in the front means to constantly stay in your stage of self-respect and give respect to others and to receive regard from everyone. Through this, you yourself will remain content and others will also remain content. To remain content and make others content is the form of being the embodiment of success and contentment. So here Baba is saying balance of everything, success and contentment.
I
Perform.
know this one because she's on the Indian Murli group.
He has a group called Merlin Narratives. He posts Baba's Merlin notes each day, and then
Number 9, perform every action whilst constantly being one with the third eye and a knower of the three aspects of time. Let there be the faith that every action is also guaranteed to be successful. By performing actions whilst being trinetri, we know trinetri, the third eye, knower, and trikal darshi, knowers of three aspects of time, you will never be deceived. Number 10, your faith is recognized at the time of storms or obstacles. So there is a gauge, it's like a gauge, a meter to see how much faith, because your faith is recognized at the time of storms or obstacles. So have faith in the intellect and overcome all obstacles. Do not ever become confused or frightened.
Stop now. You want to share some thoughts on this one? So, what occurs to me listening to those points on faith is what occurs to me about listening to those points on faith is that there's different applications of it. So those points started off with having this faith based upon belief in Baba. That's one part of our faith. Otherwise, why would we be doing any of this anyway? Like, all of this change of lifestyle, change of routine, all the things that BKs do, none of us would do any of it if it wasn't for Baba. So we've got this faith in Baba, which is our foundation. And so what Brahma Baba seems to have embodied is that he never wavered from that faith. And Ranjan and I had the opportunity to be with Daddy Janki quite close quarters for some years. And these senior daddies had one very great speciality, which was that in relation to Baba, they always stayed like little children. And you'll see it even in the Morley videos, that even at an old age, they become like a little girl in front of Baba, with excitement and that love. And they themselves are senior compared to us, but they never felt senior in relation to Baba. So there's something about this faith that the Almighty is in charge here. He's the one who's going to get us there. He's the one who's going to complete this task. So let's first of all train ourselves into that faith. The second type of faith that Baba was referring to there was this faith in the knowledge of the drama. Sometimes Baba uses that term, doesn't he? Faithful intellect. And this is a slightly different type of faith, where we are being asked to use our intellect while having the faith. The first one, we're suspending our intellect. We're not thinking. we're just saying Baba, and we're leaving it to sort. But the second one is where we are more actively thinking. So what Baba is saying is that you've got the knowledge of the drama, and this type of knowledge is linked with your self-belief. So you must use the knowledge of the drama to develop faith in yourself. You might doubt yourself. You may question, will I achieve this? Will I become this? Others will certainly doubt. That seems to be human nature to do that. But can your faith overcome the doubt? And what Baba is saying, and Benjamin was pointing out, that the daddies had this belief. I suppose it's a word from Bhakti, which is providence. Maybe some of you know that word. And there are many devotees who believed in providence, that something is destined. You can't stop it. And that this is a divine destiny. So Shiv Baba's told us, you are the souls who have to become the angels, who have to be. You will conquer the vices. It's destined in the drama. So that faith, based on knowledge, has to be used to remove our doubts and to instill and enhance our self-belief. Then the third one is an even more pragmatic type of gain. It's faithful intellect. And what that is saying is that you souls have been given certain spiritual blessings by Shiv Baba when you became godly students. Firstly, you are given the third eye of knowledge. And that third eye of knowledge gives you that ability to become a seer of the three aspects of time, a seer of the three worlds. And as you practice your yoga, you can turn the knowledge of those things into experience as well. As we know, experience is the greatest authority. So Baba is saying that there's a process of wisdom that you must go through. As you hear the Morali, as you learn about the Baba's virtues, Baba's principles, you learn Shrima, learn many things. Your intellect must also become wise. And a sign of your wisdom is that you are using the three aspects of time in the decisions you take, in the words you speak, in the actions you perform. What that means is that you are actively assessing the situation. So the three aspects of time in this context means what past experiences are useful for informing. Present means what is the atmosphere and like the many different souls, attitudes, and sanskars. So you need to assess the present situation. It means that what is the aim that you are wanting to achieve? What's the outcome you're wanting to achieve? So if you have this clarity from the learning of your past experiences, the assessment of the present, and the clarity of the outcome that we wish to achieve in the future, that's known as being a soul who is Trikamdarshi, a seer of the three aspects of time. And such a wise intellect is actually connected with the elephant god. Ganesh is worshipped in every Hindu ceremony. He is remembered as, so Baba says, all of you, you are Ganesh. And the story is that Ganesh, he was made out of the dust of his mother, out of the mud of his mother, while Shiva was away. And she was showering one day, and she said to Ganesh, don't let anyone in to the premises while I'm having a shower. And Shiva Shankar is in the story. So Shiva Shankar returns, and this boy won't let him in. So Shiva just kills him. And then Parvati, Shiva's wife, says, what have you done? This is your son. So Shiva says, oh, no problem. The next being that passes, I'll just cut off his head and put it onto our son. And it was an elephant that passed. And this is why Ganesh has an elephant head. So, of course, we have all these tall stories on the path of Bhakti. But Baba says all symbols. And the elephant head is the symbol of wisdom. So before you came to Baba, you had a different head. And Baba has cut off your old head. He's given you a new head. He's given you a new intellect. And so Ganesh is blessed with being the Lord of wisdom, the remover of obstacles, and the bestower of success. And this is why he is worshipped first in every ceremony, to bring about that success. And the symbol of the swastika is also known as Ganesh. See that those are four sections in the swastika of the four ages of the cycle. So it's linked with spinning the discus of self-realization, knowing. The type of faith is very much about mastery. That first type of faith, you're almost like just being a child. Let's leave it to Baba. And we need that as well, because so many things are outside of our control. There's no point trying to control them. Things are much bigger than us. And Baba doesn't want us carrying burdens. So he's saying there's that type of faith where you have to show your readiness. Until we are ready, Baba's not going to send us to the golden age. He won't trust us there. He says you got to prove yourself now. Once you've proven yourself now, then you can be ready to run the kingdom of the Lord. So I think it's interesting to think about these different types of faith as well. Yes, would anyone else like to share anything or ask anything? Content? Okay, so shall we finish with 5 minutes of Baba's remembrance? Gently. Thank you for joining us for this first chit chat, and we look forward to seeing you again next time. Om Shanti.
Have a nice Christmas.